Marin, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy holidays.
It is the year-end holiday celebration here, right?
We're both very, very festive. I love it. Very nice.
You can't be too festive in my eyes. But welcome to the fastest 10 minutes of Microsoft Teams Earned News for the new week. I'm Jimmy Vaughn. This is Marin Corrigan. Want to get to the big news this week, Marin. There was big news. I'm going to do my Michael Tressler impression of doing Jimmy Vaughn impression of doing Jimmy Vaughn.
That was the best.
Big news this week. Huge news that came out. Productivity paranoia has hit the North Pole, Marin.
These reindeers just want to work from home. Why not?
Everybody wants to work from home, Marin. And Santa is upset. He doesn't know how to go back to the office. He needs Teams rooms at the North Pole so that he can keep contact with his reindeer, Marin.
It's awesome. Santa and everybody else. I think the reindeer are going to deserve a break, just like all of us. We're actually going to be gone for the next, 2 weeks, I think?
2 episodes. We're going to be back in January. We have the next 2 weeks off for Microsoft's holiday vacation time. It is the end. Friday, we have off next week and then the week after. So we'll be back in January. Make sure that you remind yourself of where we are, because after 2 weeks, I'm going to forget everything.
I know. We'll be a little rusty when we come back, but actually we'll be celebrating very soon our anniversary, our 1 year anniversary. So we were trying to remember before the show what the big gift for the 1 year anniversary is, but we'll figure it out. But be ready for a Happy New Year episode beginning of January.
A 1 year celebration, we'll have it in there. But speaking of holidays, Marin, I don't know about you, I like to mix up my meanings, and Clippy's got a holiday background assortment ready for us.
I love it. I think you're looking great there with your log cabin background, but it's always fun to mix it up. I was telling Jimmy, Clippy looks a little sad here in this picture, but I've seen quite a few of the holiday backgrounds. They're nice and festive. So if you happen to be working for the next 2 weeks, I know a lot of people are taking the next week off, but why not? Change it up.
I think he's sad because he's got a pencil. He should be using OneNote, Marin. OneNote's the way to go.
Nice.
Big update on Microsoft Teams Rooms on Android released this week. I couldn't even fit a picture on here because the amount of things that are in there.
Yeah. All right, so walk us through. I think we touched on this a little bit last week with Michael Tressler, but I think that there's so much detail when it comes to specifically like the walk-up and whiteboard mode. I think this has been covered in a couple other blogs, but I like how you went into detail here on some of the deeper levels of this announcement.
Yeah, and one of the things I see, Tom, our friend Tom, is here, and I actually commented on one of his blog posts today, one of his LinkedIn posts today, about things that are coming in and everything else. And chat notifications is something that's there, optimizing for 4K and experience. And one of the biggest things that I think really moves this Android solution into a new category is the idea of walk-up and whiteboard, Marin.
Yeah, and I actually had a chance to demo this with our friends from Yealink about 2 weeks ago. And I personally, this is a category that I am incredibly excited about for the new year. Love to keep my eye on this. I think this is one that is showing significant growth and one that has a lot of use cases and a lot of different styles of meeting rooms.
And Walk-Up and Whiteboard really helps elevate things like that, the Neat board or the Yealink board and things like that. I know that we've had Surface Hub as an option for a very long time for these sort of situations, but really having a lower cost solution that really prioritizes Teams meetings. Remember, Surface Hub, bar none, is the collaboration device for rooms. But in those rooms where you're going to primarily have Teams meetings and want to make it easy for people to walk in, hit that button, and start the meeting, this really now gives them another opportunity to hit in and start the whiteboard as well.
Right. There's a lot of devices out there that are interactive touch and Android, so I'm going to keep my eye on this category for sure.
Yeah, I think it's important. Also, all Microsoft partners should be aware there is a new asset for the Pro Management Portal. It really takes us through everything that gives value for that Pro Management side. If you can't find it on your partner site, make sure to reach out to your partner account manager. There's a ton of things in here, Marin.
There's a lot, and I was actually going to say, I think you did a webinar this week specifically talking about the Pro Management Portal, and there's a lot there. I think when you dive deep, obviously we announced the Pro license earlier this year, and there's I mean, the biggest benefit is to me around the manageability of it as well as the analytics side of it. And I think it's important to understand the value there to be able to convey that to your customer that you're selling a Teams room to.
Yeah, I think the Pro license really provides a ton of value. And I think one of the biggest values is this Pro management portal. And there's a lot of things in here. There's a lot of things that even I didn't know had moved up from the Premier side. Premier portal to the Pro portal, but it also gives you an idea of where we're going for the roadmap for things to come. So it's an important document to at least be aware of. And like I said, if you can't find it on your partner site, make sure to reach out to your account manager. They can give it to you in PDF format. Also, Maren, Satya had a great piece this week.
We love our Satya. I think Michael Tressler and I were saying we're fanboy of Satya. Everything he posts, always very articulate. But he did a wonderful recap when you kind of think about, all right, reflecting on the year. And I was telling Jimmy, I've been deep in the numbers, looking at least the last half. But if you think about the impact that we're having on people, and this is a great job of overall Microsoft, we're not just selling things or hardware or software. We're trying to sell things that help people be more productive, do more with less. So I think this was a great video recap. If you're looking for it, he posted it on his LinkedIn yesterday as well. So go ahead and check it out. Cute little 2-minute video that sort of talks through inspirational, things that have been accomplished across the last year. So
he's one of the great orators of our time. I hope I'm using that word correctly. Vocabulary is not always my friend, but he's one of the great speakers of our generation, in my mind, that actually gets through and gets, like you said, makes that technology seem easy when he talks about it. We're going to have another addition to the Microsoft Teams Roadmap Watch, Maren. I don't know about you. My arm gets tired in meetings.
It's awesome. I personally did this yesterday where, oops, I forgot my hand was still raised. It is a really annoying thing that happens in meetings where I cannot wait for this to go into effect because I am probably a repeat offender of this one, of leaving my hand up constantly.
It's amazing how many times you forget to put your hand down. You always remember to raise your hand. You forget to put your hand down after you've spoken. So having this as an automatic feature inside of Teams, and remember, we always say it, if it's coming to Teams, it's coming to Teams rooms. Having the automatic lowering of hands is something that I think should help everybody inside of the meeting side. Upcoming events. Maren, we've got an exciting event coming up on Monday. Myself, Michael, a whole bunch of people got together this past week. We talked about a whole bunch of things on the Microsoft ecosystem, gave people sort of a roadmap of where we've been, where we're going, and what we're doing. This is much more than just Jabra. Our friends at Jabra have decided to do the webinar, but again, if you missed part 1, join us for part 2. It's going to be an interesting topic to discuss.
All right. You'll be busy next week. I think I'll be taking some time off, but if you're working next week, make sure to check that one out. Like I said, wonderful panel. I think you and Tressler on the bookends of that panel are awesome. So
yeah, and our friend Eric Taylor did demoing a lot of the technology that's actually with our partners at Jabra. Maren, like we said, we're going to be off in the next 2 weeks, but let's go ahead and wish everybody a happy holiday. Sorry for the little pop-up that happened. Let's wish everybody a happy holiday. If you've got time, please go ahead and spend it with everybody in your circle of trust. We've got a big circle and a lovely community of people around Teams rooms, and we want to thank everybody for being a part of that.
Many thanks. Happy holidays. Enjoy the time with your families, and we appreciate you so much.
And we'll see you next year.
Yeah.